Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Indiana Sports Connection. My name is Aaron. Let's get right into it. The Colts are going to play the Jaguars this Sunday as the Shane Steichen and Anthony Richardson era begins in Indianapolis. I guarantee you that the Colts are going to win this game. It's going to be a totally different type of offense than we've seen before. Finally, the geriatric park of quarterback carousels of running all these old has-beens through Indianapolis is over. Luckily, we lost the last game to the Texans, and we got a top 4 pick, not a number 1 pick, but we got our guy, super athletic Anthony Richardson. I would say of all the guys coming out this year in the NFL that are rookies playing quarterback between Stroud, Bryce Young, and Anthony Richardson, Richardson has the best chance to be successful. Just remember that a few years ago, just 2 or 3 years ago, after Andrew Luck retired, all they said was that the Colts are Super Bowl contenders. All we need is some type of a quarterback to get into this team. Nobody has said that the Colts are rebuilding. The offensive line took a huge crap last year. I don't know if that is because of the injury that Quentin Nelson had the year prior to his ankle, but we're going to see if they are at full force. One player that has made huge strides this year is Bernhard Raimann. Bernhard Raimann and Braden Smith as bookend tackles, I think, are going to make a huge difference. And with Nelson and Kelly getting back in the groove, the Colts are going to be able to run the ball. They're going to be able to run the ball with Richardson out of the RPOs, and they're going to be able to run the ball with the 3 running backs that they're going to have in the backfield. Zach Moss broke his arm. Let's see, that was about a month ago. He did participate in some practice, so good signs for him. He could be coming back a little bit earlier than expected. But Anthony Richardson, with no real tape on him, with just 44 plays that he played in preseason, it's going to be tough, really tough. I heard Doug Peterson in an interview this week talking about Anthony Richardson and just talking about really how difficult it's going to be to cover this guy. Now, he could have just been blowing a lot of smoke up everybody's ass, because that's what you got to say when they ask you about the other team. Oh, yeah, it's going to be really, really difficult. You know, he's so good and all these things. We know that, but he could have been telling the truth. It's going to be more difficult for teams, I believe, than they think. This guy is a physical freak. At 6'4", 245, and the 4.40 time that he runs, I mean, out in the open field, this guy could do some real damage to corners and safeties to put them flat on their backs and make them not want to tackle this guy over and over again in a game. So the Colts, I'm not going to go through all of their positions and everything like that. They definitely need more output from the wide receiver position. Alec Pierce cannot be dropping long passes in this game. And Pittman, as long as he's going over the middle and able to, catch some of his possession balls, because he is more of a possession receiver. Downs will start in the slot. Could see some big things out of him. I know he had a drop in the Philadelphia game in preseason, but this guy looks like he's got some pretty decent speed. Let's just see what he can do out there. But I am predicting it here. The Colts are going to have their number on defense. What they will play against Trevor Lawrence is they will let him throw the ball underneath all day long. So it could be kind of a slog of a game, because they have much better wide receivers than the Colts do. But keep everything in front of you. Make these guys go on 10-play drives and see if we can get a tip ball and an interception at some point. Other than that, I think the Colts are going to have more success against Jacksonville on offense than they've had in the past. And I think a big part of that is because you got Richardson running the ball, and you have an offensive line that's coming back, and they're a lot more healthy than they've been in the past. So tonight, starts the NFL season. I have been waiting for this. It seems like for so long after the Super Bowl. It's such a letdown. And then especially into the summertime when there's just no good sports to watch. You have a few golf majors after the NBA Finals gets over. And so it is excruciating getting through that time. But football is back tonight. Go Lions. I am picking the Lions in this game. I think the Lions are going to do it. I don't know if Travis Kelce's going to be injured or not, but I think the Lions are going to come out like their hair is on fire and play just balls to the wall this entire game. Can their defense hold Kansas City down at all? I don't think so. This game might be like 41-48 or something like that, but it's going to be a track meet. It's in Kansas City. The weather should be pretty decent, but you're playing on an all-grass field, so that could slow the Lions down a little bit. But overall, I think that it's just so fantastic to finally have football back and that we have something to watch again. Now, the Indiana Hoosiers play football tomorrow night against Indiana State on a Friday night game at 7 o'clock on Big Ten Network. I hate college games. Tom Allen is right. Friday night is meant for high school football. Imagine all the parents that are big football fans or just different high school kids that have to play tomorrow night and they can't watch their beloved Hoosiers play against Indiana State. I just think it's a travesty to play college football on Friday night. Keep it on Saturdays. I mean, even a Thursday or Tuesday night college game could be okay, but if Tom Allen loses to Indiana State, he very well should be on the hot seat. I don't know why they gave him a contract extension because he's done nothing but crap the bed in the past couple of years. So if they lose to Indiana State, I would like to see them maybe think about moving on from Tom Allen. I know he's a hometown guy. I know he's got a lot of energy, and the defense did play pretty decent against Ohio State, but he has to blow them out or at least win this game. You can't lose to Indiana State. So I'll be watching that and do a reaction video to that. But overall, and one last thing I want to mention about the Colts, Jonathan Taylor, an article I read today on Colts Wire said that Jonathan Taylor, what the Colts could exercise in this is make him take a physical. If he passes that physical or he refuses to take the physical, they can suspend him for an amount of time. They did this to Eric Dickerson in 1991. He didn't want to play. He was faking an injury. He wanted more money, and then they suspended him, and this very well could happen to Jonathan Taylor. And if that does happen, that will be the end for Jonathan Taylor. If he is calling their bluff and this happens and he can't accrue a season, and to accrue a season, you have to play, I believe it's at least 6 games. So he has to at least get on the field by a certain time for 2023 to count as a season for him. If he doesn't accrue a season this year, he will go into 2024 in the exact same position that he's in right now. Just a mess for this guy. I don't know why he's doing this to himself. He could play for a few years and make his money, make $4 million this year, make $10 million the following year with the franchise tag, make $14 million the following year if he gets franchise tagged again. Then you'll make $19 the year after the year after that. You'll make $19 million the year after that. That's a lot of fucking money. I don't care who you are, especially if you're a running back in the NFL. And if you don't throw a fit like this, like a little baby, then you're going to get that money. But what he's doing right now is shooting himself in the foot. He will be opening a car dealership in Wisconsin next year if he does not play for the Colts this year. So, or maybe he's got another job in mind. He is really into astrophysics and wanted to, go into the space program or something like that. Be my guest. Go do something else like that. But you're not going to make as much money as you could make in the NFL playing a few years, even making a shitty running back salary. So, Jonathan Taylor, if this happens to you, good luck to you, my friend. I don't really have anything else to say. I don't think the Colts are playing this wrong. No team is going to give this guy a contract, and he's definitely just setting himself up for a disaster going forward unless he gets onto the field after this 4 weeks and he shows up and is like, and he's going to play for the money that they're going to give him, or else his life as an NFL player will be over. And there are tons of people that would jump in your place and do that job for $500,000, $800,000. There are many out there. That's why the running back position is so diluted right now, because there are so many people that can do that job. In college football, there are like 30 great running backs. Even this year, the quality gets better and better all the time. So we'll be watching the Colts on Sunday. I'm going to try to do another video tomorrow and talk more about the Colts. But until next time, stay classy out there, Colts fans.